Hello, guys. My name is Ricky, and this is the first of many episodes I will provide as a guide to self development. This content is based on my research, my personal experiences, and my genuine way of thinking. These lessons were formulated from only my opinion and my outlook. They should not be taken as actual fact or rule, but only as a template to guide your personal decisions. In today's lesson, I will discuss setting a pace. If you like this content, please like and share this video as well as follow me on social media. My Instagram is at RickyParks50 and Twitter is at Ricky5050. All right, let's get on to the lesson. Okay, so in our first lesson, we want to know what is pace. Well, pace is a rate of movement. However, in this lesson, pace is setting a tempo and a speed, as well as setting the level of effort you want to use to reach your goals. There are four segments of pace: planning, attitude, creativity, and execution. Here are some words of wisdom. Enlightenment must first come little by little, otherwise, it would overwhelm. Also, I don't read books to finish them, I read to consume them. And lastly, you must always be yourself and do things at your own pace. Someday, you'll catch up. Let's talk about planning. Planning, by definition, is the process of making plans for something. It is not just throwing ideas together, but it is a process. Now, a process is a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end goal. It is important to note that you have to have an end goal before you even begin to plan. Take a moment. What's the goal? Write them down and remember to set attainable goals. You see, planning consists of determining your future goals, creating good habits, and building a quality routine and schedule. Take a moment and think about your plans and how to reach your goals. Here are some words of wisdom. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Next, let's talk about attitude. Attitude, in this sense, is a settled way of thinking or feeling. You see, attitudes can be positive or negative and can include up to three components: cognitive, emotional, and behavioral attitudes. For example, cognitive is the belief that fast food is just unhealthy. Emotional is showing a form of disgust when people have fast food around you. Behavioral is attempting to avoid places or situations where fast food is present. It is important to know your explicit and implicit attitudes. These are your conscious and unconscious beliefs which guide your decisions and your actions. Also, understand that even when you attempt to avoid situations, sometimes things are just out of your control and you must adapt. Take a moment and think about some of your current attitudes and beliefs. Write them down. Here are some words of wisdom. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Now, what I want you to do is decide on an attitude that is founded on simply being happy. Build an attitude centered around being confident, being healthy, and being positive about what life has to offer, as well as what you have to offer this world. Sometimes you add to yourself by subtracting things that don't help you meet your goals. The thing about confidence is that feeling of having all of the answers to the test. Lastly, think about a glass half full and not half empty. Think about what you have and not what you have lost. Take a moment and think about when you were the happiest you've ever been. How can you get that feeling back and have it every day? How can you prepare yourself to meet the obstacles in your way and set checkpoints to attain your goals? What are some unhealthy habits you can remove from your life? Count your blessings and remember, some people wish they were in your shoes and not their own. Here are some words of wisdom. Things turn out best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out. Sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can. Next, let's discuss creativity. Creativity is the use of the imagination or original ideas, especially in the production of an artistic work. Being creative gives us the chance to try new ways of thinking, make new connections, and find patterns that seem completely unrelated. We start by gathering information and thoroughly reviewing that information in our mind. What connections or ideas do you think could come from this? We must then step away from the problem or the situation and come back to it after we have stopped thinking about it for a while. Finally, we'll form and develop the ideas for the situation after reviewing our feedback. Now, what do you think could come from this? Here are some words of wisdom. The creative adult is the child who survived. Creativity doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It fashions its own perfect moments out of ordinary ones. Listen, creativity is about expanding your mind by using your imagination to create new avenues to reach the same goal. Take different genres of music and embrace how they sound. Study different forms of art and ask why it was made that way. Take time to explore and see the beauty of nature. Shape your thoughts and practice expressing the way you feel through writing and other art forms. Here are some words of wisdom. Creativity involves breaking out of expected patterns in order to look at things in a different way. To practice any art, no matter how well or badly, is a way to make your soul grow. So do it. Let's discuss execution. Execution is the carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. This is taking an idea and then actually making it happen using your knowledge and the skills you possess to produce the expected results. This process involves setting a proper sequence of tasks, implementing how they will be completed, and realizing the task as well as the intended goals. What step must we take to execute the goals we set in place? Is there a task that must be accomplished before the other can begin? Take a moment to think about executing your ideas and write them down. Here are some words of wisdom. Leaders have three fundamental responsibilities. They craft a vision, they build alignment, and they champion execution. Having a vision for what you want is not enough. Vision without execution is a hallucination. Now, when we think execution, we have to think about exercising our skills and knowledge to not only realize the task, but exceed expected results. One must understand and embrace the obstacles and challenges that arise to overcome them. It is about expanding your mind and talents to meet your problems head on and adjust to them when it is required. Executing your plans will be the beginning stage of pacing your goals. Here's a few words of wisdom. No excuses, no explanation. You don't win on emotion, you win on execution. All right, let's take time to do an overview of PACE. PACE is setting a tempo and determining a level of effort to reach your goals. There are four segments of PACE: planning, attitude, creativity, and execution. Planning consists of determining your future goals. creating good habits, and building a quality routine. So, what is the goal? Attitude is a settled way of thinking that can be positive or negative. It is important to understand your conscious and unconscious beliefs because they guide your decisions and your actions. What are your beliefs? Remember, always think of a glass half full instead of half empty. Creativity gives you the opportunity to use your imagination to try new ways of thinking, develop new ideas, and find new ways to express your feelings. How do you express yourself? Execution is taking an idea and actually making it happen by using skills you possess to meet and overcome obstacles. How do you accomplish tasks? Here are some words of wisdom. Everything and everyone at their own pace. Flow with, not against yourself. All right, guys, this is the end of lesson 1, pace. If you like this content, be sure to like, comment, and share this video. You can also follow me on Instagram at RickyParks50 and Twitter at Ricky5050. Thank you for watching and keep an eye out for the next episode.